So a few years back, I was taking my little cousins to the park near our family house, and for some reason or another, on this day, I decided to wear my Burberry jacket. I literally saved up every single penny I had to buy this one jacket, and I decided to wear it. So we were playing on the monkey bars in the playground, and then literally the pocket of this my prized possession tore. I was like, oh my gosh. But I literally had the time of my life, even though something that I treasured so much had been ruined. But that's when the name popped into my head, Fashion's Playground. And for me, fashion is literally my playground. So from when the idea comes into my head, from when I have to sit down in my studio and sketch, to the pattern cutting, to the sewing, I feel like a little girl. I just get lost in the world. So for me, literally, fashion is my playground. So when I was young, my mom took me to this new private tutor. His name was Mr. Truth. I'll never forget. So the first question he asked me when I sat down with him was, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like literally, what do you want to do? And that was the first time I'd been asked such a direct question. And with no hesitation, I told him I want to own a clothing line. And his response to that was, the only way you can be successful is by being a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. Anything outside of that, you will not make money. So obviously I was young. Even when I was in boarding school, I would dress up the house where I would accessorize, put on cute little slippers and clips, and my school uniform. I would pin my skirt in a different kind of way to everybody else. And I won best dress for like 2 years in a row. So the teachers already knew that I was heading down the road of Vogue. But I've always been a rebel. So even though I went on to study chemical engineering, I had my photographer friend named Joy. She was studying media. So literally every weekend, I would either sew something or have an outfit to model, and then I would quickly call her. I'll be like, Joy, let's do a shoot. And then we would go to a lovely location, and honestly, it was the best time of my life. Every moment that I had, every spare moment in university, I used it. During reading weeks, internships, I would take every single summer with different seamstresses in London. That's how I learned how to sew. I made the most of literally every single moment, and that's honestly where I learned my work ethic. So studying full-time and running a full-time blog, this was for me the beginning of success, the beginning of finding my purpose. This is when I realized I could make Fashion's Playground a global brand. This is when I literally believed that I can do anything. So the first piece of advice that I would give to anyone who wants to go into the fashion industry is just get lost in it. And run with your own ideas. Like at the end of the day, you can take in other people's opinions into consideration, but at the end of the day, make your own decisions. Even if you make a mistake, so what? Make it your playground. At the end of the day, we're all unique. We all have our unique selling points. So find that and just run with it. Make fashion your playground. So when I was designing this collection, this Fashion's Playground holiday collection, I immediately envisioned walking into a room feeling confident and having other women look at her and think, oh my gosh, she looks amazing. Where did she get that from? Clothes have the power to make you look and feel bigger than you are without having to say a word. So yeah, that was honestly my overall inspiration for this collection. So then I went to my sketchbook, I did a few rough sketches, and then I sourced the finest Italian fabrics, which everything in the collection stretches so it fits perfectly to a woman's body shape. Then after that, I went to a crafts team, the best crafts team in London, to sit down, do the pattern cutting, the final sample making, and then production. So whenever I wear a Fashion's Playground piece, I automatically feel like I can conquer the world. I feel fabulous and I feel important. For me, every single piece has the power to transform your mood and your mindset. As soon as you literally zip up the final zip, you would just feel like a queen. You walk into a room and you will automatically feel confident. And I want every woman to feel the way I feel. So my favorite dress within the collection is the blue Amour wrap dress. This was one of the first Fashion Playground items that I designed a few years ago. There was such a huge request for it, I definitely had to add it in. There's a beautiful draping detail across the front, and side of the dress. We had to make the sample 3 times to get this perfect. There's also an asymmetric hemline, and there's so much attention to detail. There's even like gold cuffs that roll over. It's just, honestly, that's one of my favorite items in the collection, and it's the most versatile. Whenever I wear it, girls always ask me, oh my gosh, I love your dress, and I'm like, thank you, I designed it. So the first thing that keeps Fashions Playground alive is the people that support Fashions Playground. Like, we wouldn't be anywhere, or Fashions Playground wouldn't be anywhere without everybody's support. So I just want to say thank you first and foremost. And after that, Fashions Playground is literally about enjoying yourself, getting lost in this world of fashion that is so vast and so fun. So the fact that I enjoy what I do, I enjoy the selecting the fabrics, the feel, designing, I would say that's what keeps Fashions Playground alive. Getting lost in literally what is my playground.